Today we're going to learn how to make cholents. First thing you need is a cutting board, a peeler, a sharp knife, be careful around the children, a mixing spoon, and a teaspoon. Next you need beef stew, pre-cut. You can buy at any local kosher supermarket. Idaho potatoes, barley, cholent mix, a measuring cup, oil, pepper, and salt. We also need some water and a slow cooker. Before you start cooking, you have to make sure your hands are clean. You wash your hands with warm water and soap. So the first thing you need to do to make our cholent is peel and cut the potatoes. My assistant Duvi here is peeling and cutting 2 potatoes. 2 potatoes is sufficient for a 4-person cholent. As you can see, Duvi is peeling the potatoes. You have to be careful how you do it. You go on a downward motion. You have to watch out for your fingers. Now that my assistant Duvi finished peeling potatoes, I'm going to show you how to cut the potatoes and put them in the cholent. You hold the potato like so, and you cut down vertically. Make sure you hold the potato on the sides so you don't cut yourself with the sharp knife. And then we're going to make 2 cuts horizontally down the potato, and we're going to have altogether, after all the cuts, 6 cubes of potatoes, and we're going to put them in the cholent. And repeat the same step for the second potato as well. Now we're going to put the cholent mix, and we're going to put it in the cholent. We're going to need a measuring cup. We're going to need 1 cup of the cholent mix and put it in the cholent. So I'm going to open the cholent mix. We pour it in a cup like this. See, we have a cup, and I'm going to put it in the cholent like this. Now we're going to put the barley in the cholent. We're going to measure a 1/2 cup of barley and put it in the cholent. Now that we have a 1/2 cup, we're going to put it in the cholent like so. Now we're going to put the beef stew in the cholent. We're going to open it up like this. And we're going to need 6 chunks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After putting the meat in the cholent, since it's raw meat, you should always wash your hands after. Your typical soup spoon is usually a tablespoon. So we're going to need a tablespoon of oil. You should, in case you might think you'll spill, you should put a napkin out in case you spill. Open up the oil. Pour the tablespoon. And then put it in the cholent like that. You're going to need a teaspoon of salt. So your typical dessert spoon is a teaspoon big. So you pour the salt into the spoon. Then you put it in. You're gonna need a teaspoon of black pepper as well. Pour teaspoon. You could use the same spoon as the salt. You pour it in. The last ingredient we need to put in is water. Since we're only making the cholent for 4 people, we're only going to fill it up halfway. My assistant Duvi is going to turn on the water. We could use cold water for this. Now when it's at halfway, you could turn off the water. And you put it back on the slow cooker. Now that we've finished put everything into the cholent, we're going to cover the cholent. We're going to plug it in. And we're going to put it on medium for 6 to 18 hours, depending on how you like it. If you like it very burnt or not, it varies on the person. There are a couple things to keep in mind when making the cholent, when the cholent is cooking. First thing, to check on it occasionally. Secondly, add more water if it seems like it's being dried out. And occasionally stir it every once in a while. Now we just made a basic cholent. There are many other things that other people like to do. They like to add in ketchup or beer or anything that may spice up some flavor. They like to add that in. Congratulations, you just made your first cholent.